Hi, my name is Lucia, but today you can call me Lucia the Baker. Did you know that 78% of people who participate in holiday baking favor incorporating distinct flavors like cinnamon in their treats over other popular options such as pumpkin, apple, nutmeg, or cranberry? Cookies are one of the easiest and most beloved seasonal treats that you can share with your friends and family. Making these will impress everybody you love, and everyone will be asking for more. Today, I will be showing you how to make my specialty cinnamon roll cookies that I make every year during the fall and winter season, and they add a unique twist to two favorite desserts, the cinnamon roll and the sugar cookie, and they're so good. Today, I will be showing you how to first prep everything, get it all ready, how to bake the cookies, and then while you wait, how to make the icing, and then finally, at the end, how to ice and assemble the cookies so that you can finally enjoy. The first and most important step in baking is making sure that you're prepared, you have all your ingredients ready, and you are just clean. So, I put my hair back, I have washed my hands. These are the ingredients that you will be needing today. You're going to need a cup of butter softened, which is what I have right here. It's 2 sticks of butter. You're going to need a cup of granulated sugar, 3 cups flour, and here I have half a teaspoon of salt and 3 teaspoons of baking soda. I've got a tablespoon of vanilla, and then I've got 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and then 2 eggs. The first thing that you're going to want to do while combining the ingredients is you're going to want to mix together the butter and the sugar until fluffy, and I like to cut the butter up like this so that way it blends together and you don't have to wait as long. I can be impatient sometimes, so, you know. Okay, so once you've got that in there, I'm just going to attach my paddle mixer like this, and then like that, and then you're just gonna want to put it on I would say the medium setting. Once it's beat until it's fluffy, you are now gonna add the eggs in one at a time. Just crack it like this, and if you get the shell in, really please do not. One time when I was baking, I dropped a shell in and I didn't get it back, and then my friends were eating the cake I made and they had bits of shell in their cake, and it was not a pleasant experience for them. Once you are done mixing that, it should look something like this, and then you want to add in the rest of your dry ingredients. So you're just going to add in the salt and the baking soda, and then the cinnamon first, which are the smaller amount. I want to add the flour in very slowly, because if you mix it too fast, it'll go poof and go everywhere, and that is not what we want. We don't want to be looking like Halloween ghosts. And then just slowly you just want to add this in. This little plastic thing, I don't know if you'll see it, but that's what I'm using because it helps it so that the flour stays in the bowl instead of going everywhere. My dough is looking pretty great right now. So it's all combined, so I'm going to turn this off because you don't want to overmix it, because then that will make your cookies ugly. And we don't want ugly cookies. And this is what my dough looks like. It looks very beautiful. And we're going to chill this in the fridge for 30 minutes. While the dough is in the fridge, we're going to preheat our oven to 375. Hello, I am back. I have cleaned my area and I've gathered my ingredients. You are going to need a stick of butter softened, 8 ounces of cream cheese also softened, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2.5 cups of powdered sugar, and then just as much milk as you think you'll need. You want the icing to be thicker, but the recipe says 1 to 2 teaspoons and approximately 1 to 2 teaspoons, but I always just eyeball it just to see how thick I want it. And then you'll need cinnamon for sprinkling it on top. And you're gonna put that all into a bowl. The next thing that you're gonna do is you're just gonna be alternating between the sugar and the sugar and the milk, just to make the right consistency, but we want this to be kind of thick. So I'm gonna first add my vanilla in, and I'm just gonna add about half of my sugar because this icing is thicker because we're gonna be piping it on. So you don't wanna add a lot of milk in this. It says add 1 to 2 teaspoons of milk, so I'm just gonna add a little splash in because you don't want it to be too runny, because then it'll be impossible to ice. And then I'm just gonna add the rest of my sugar in as well. So I'm gonna show you the consistency I have right now. It's pretty good, I'm pretty happy with it. It's you can move it around, but it's not runny, because you don't want it to be runny. So now that you're done with the icing, I'm just gonna wait until the 30 minutes are up for the cookie dough to finish chilling, and then I'll be back rolling the cookie dough balls and stuff like that. Now it is time to roll out the cookie dough before we put it into the oven. So what you're basically gonna wanna do with the chilled cookie dough, it's a lot easier to handle. You're gonna wanna make about 1-inch balls. So I would say just like about this much. I just eyeball it, to be honest. And you just wanna roll it into a smooth ball like this. I like to honestly squeeze it just so that it doesn't have any of the little cracks in it, and then I worry about getting it into the ball shape. You're gonna flatten it with the palm of your hand so that it's about 1/2 inch to 1/3 of an inch thick, like that. So I've rolled out all of the cookies like so, and now we are going to just put them in the oven, and they are going to bake for 7 to 9 minutes. Have fun in there. So the cookies are ready. They are lightly golden brown at the bottom, so I'm just gonna take the cookies out of the oven. I like to wait a couple minutes and let them just continue baking on the pan, and then once they've been cooling on the pan, I move them to a drying rack. Now once the cookies have continued baking a bit on the pan, I like to move them to the cooling rack, this way that they don't get overcooked while you're waiting for them. I'm gonna wait and let them cool completely before I ice them. Okay, so we're back. The cookies have been cooling for about 30 minutes. So now I'm just grabbing the icing with the big spoon, and I'm taking a gallon-sized Ziploc baggie, and I'm putting the icing just into the bag. And then you just want to take the icing, and squeeze it all into one of the bottom corners. A little hole at the bottom like this. The cinnamon, and just give it a little sprinkle. And there you go, cinnamon roll cookies. If you follow the simple steps of preparing yourself, making the cookies, making the icing, and then finally assembling, success for you and your cookies is guaranteed. So if you're ever craving a sweet and cinnamon snack, but you would like it to be less messy and are craving something a little lighter than a cinnamon roll, now you know exactly how to make it. And these will be sure to uplift all the holiday spirits and satisfy everybody's cravings in your family.